What another crazy day on Twitter.com. That's every day on Twitter.com. I actually was suspended for a week there, which is rather annoying, but I won't go into it. We've got comic book stuff to talk about, and it's very fun. All right, I'm going to do a little change of pace in the intro this morning. I've been shilling my Deus Vult Indiegogo for a long time, but I release monthly comics in addition to everything that comes out on my Indiegogos. I actually use my crowdfunds not just to make the crowdfund comics, but I use that to actually fund other comics that are coming out all the time. And so AI Wars is one of those. It's a science fiction comic. It's going to end up being 4 issues. The second is almost complete on the line art side. And it's really cool. Beautiful stuff. If you are interested in science fiction, like a good rebellion storyline, and want to know some interesting stuff where I've got some sort of like social commentary on social media and control, things like that. It's really fun. A lot of action too. I'll leave that link in the description below. Check it out. $2.99 on Kindle. You can't go wrong. And I hope you'll read the comics. That's what we're all about here. All right. Sorry about my cat. My cat's deciding to bug me right now. You probably hear her in the background. But we were talking about J. Scott Campbell, who made this long-winded rant on Twitter. Very weird that he like takes some screenshot of just these wordy things and puts it on here, which is the second time he's done this in as many days. I always got to tell people, Twitter is not a blog. If you want to make a blog, you write a blog on a blog. I have one of those. I haven't been using it all that much lately, just because I've been kind of lazy. But if you have something to say that's like long form, long-winded like that, that is the medium for that. Twitter is not the spot for that. Taking a screenshot of a Word document or a blog or whatever, not an effective way to communicate. And so he did this the other day, denounced ComicsGate, started going off on, I'm anti-racist, and if you're anti-woman, blah, 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 transphobic, you know, all the buzzwords in it, and was obviously attempting to tie it with ComicsGate and be coy about it in order to sort of virtue signal. Now, J. Scott Campbell, again, if you guys are just tuning in for the first time, he's a comic artist. He's known for drawing extremely sexy women, and he has since I was a kid. I've been buying and reading his books since I was a kid. He doesn't really do books so much anymore. It really just variant covers for the most part. But he's one of the best at it. Very, very gorgeous drawings. And, of course, the SJWs go crazy about it because they can't handle anything beautiful. They live in a nihilistic, ugly world, and they want all of us to live in that world, too, rather than to enjoy nice things. So, for some reason, he is virtue signaling towards them, and it didn't go over very well. Didn't go over as well as he thought. And he started noticing that the comments were like, hey, ComicsGate doesn't stand for any of this BS that you were just ascribing to it. And so then he goes and he clarifies his situation. I've taken the time to hear out several individuals who felt I put them in a poor light, and he actually does the right thing here, believe it or not. And that's not a take you'll probably be expecting me to say, but when somebody does something right, I do want to point it out, and I do want to give a fair shake. Now, J. Scott Campbell was personally rude to me on Facebook. That he had a whole Trump derangement thing where he was very, he made some nasty comments about Trump and then followed it up with nasty comments about me when I was like, hey, this is not a way to act towards the president, but whatever. And so he did. And then he blocked me at that point. So that's my experience with him. So I didn't get this fair shake. And, Mr. Campbell, I know you watch this. You've watched the last few, at least. If you want to talk and reason things out, people on the other side of the political aisle are not necessarily your enemy. And you'll find that actually the people who respect your drawings and are really into your work probably actually lean more towards my side of things, because we actually love beautiful things. We love art. We love seeing nice femininity on women, something that's not allowed anymore. And that's the kind of art you make. So if you want to hash it out, go ahead and reach out. I'm very nice guy, very communicable. And of course, like I said, I grew up on your work, dude. So that's my talk to J. Scott Campbell right there. The reason he specifically referred to this group ComicsGate is because it was the only specific group that kept coming up by name. And this is because all of the SJWs are triggered that there is a bunch of people out there saying, you know what? No, we're not going to be a part of this woke industry. We're not going to do the nonsense. We're not going to play your pronoun games and all that all day long. We're going to make fun comic books with action and adventure. And of course, the industry sees that as a giant threat to them monetarily for good reason, because all the people who come over and start backing our books and reading our books like AI Wars or Cyberfrog, those are people who are then not going to buy Justice League anymore when it's Justice League queer at this point, because nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody wants to have that shoved down their throats in comic books. And so he says, blah, blah, blah. He did encounter toxic and hateful things being said from the other side as well. And yes, I've encountered so much toxicity, so much hate from the SJW crowd that is shocking. As a Hispanic man, just the sheer racism that comes from them is unbelievable. I never get that from anybody on the right wing. I never get that from ComicsGate. Very, very interesting. So he just wants to say that, I don't tolerate hate speech, bigotry, racism, woman hate. Those are just buzzwords at this point. But he really means it. And that's the takeaway here, is that he's not trying to condemn our group, which I appreciate. I appreciate the walk back. And, that clarification actually is a good thing at the end of the day. Now, I know a lot of people won't take it that way because, it's not enough, which it's not, until we can have real dialogues and have real acceptance and have, real fun coming together in comics with these people. It'll never be enough, but this is a good start, and I actually want to applaud Mr. J. Scott Campbell for his statement today. Let me know what you think. Leave a like and comment down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a like and comment down below. You know what I mean. Oh, well. I'm bad at this. See you guys soon.